So I'm at a out-of-town retail park and I'm using this opportunity to try out the Grinch menu, specifically the Grinch fries. Basically they are just normal McDonald's chips that happen to come with this Grinch salt, which is gherkin aka pickle flavoured. I love anything gherkin flavoured, and there is not enough gherkin / pickle flavoured things in this country, so when you get an opportunity like this, I'm absolutely going to take it. I have been waiting patiently for every car around me to be empty. As you can imagine, it's like super busy this time of year, and now we can go ahead and try these. So you get this bag in which you put the actual chips and then sprinkle the seasoning on them. So let's try doing this without spilling all of the chips. So chips into the bag. Are there any lurking in the bottom? Because there's always chips lurking in the bottom of your McDonald's bag. There we go. Just going to put those to the side and open up our little bag of Grinch salt. Fun fact, I cannot stand the Grinch, as you know, the film, the branding, none of it, cannot stand it. But when I found out it meant that something was pickle flavored, I put my dislike aside. So here we go. It's quite a decent amount in there actually. So put that to the side. And now it is of course the shaky part. ASMR at the ready. I think that's probably good. I can't remember the last time I had a McDonald's chip. I don't go to McDonald's because the only vegetarian option they have, which is the McPlant, is so bleh. I always go to Burger King because their veggie vegan options are much better. But anyway, let's actually go to the taste test here. Those are so good. I'm actually very sad this is limited edition now, but these have such good flavour. I wish I knew someone that worked at McDonald's that could just get me various packets of that seasoning so I could just put it on chips at home. But I am going to sit here and enjoy these before we head off back home. So yeah, mini review. If you like things that are pickle and gherkin flavoured, go get yourself some of these. We are starting off with the most simple festive recipe of all, and that is mince pie fudge. These are all the ingredients you will need to make it. Essentially, we are going to put this all into our saucepan, so the chocolate, the condensed milk, and we are going to go ahead and melt all of that. And once we have got that cooled a little bit, add in 2 tablespoons of the festive mincemeat. We're going to give it a good stir, as you'll see now, and we will then pop it into an 8x8 tin and into the fridge to set. So simple, so easy, and so tasty. Next up, we have this recipe from Tanya Bird's Christmas book. This came out in 2017, like the height of YouTube fame and whatnot. Fabulous recipe, but I'm not making all of the elements. She has you making the gingerbread men and the frosting, and I just don't have time for that. And also, I really don't think that making your own frosting and gingerbread men adds anything extra to this recipe. And my goodness, have you seen the price of butter? I would have to use more than an entire block just for the frosting, let alone the butter that I am melting here that will be going into the batter. So yeah, I just ended up buying store-bought frosting, and we will get to that later on. But yeah, here I am battling to get all the golden syrup out of the tin, but got there eventually and set that to very gentle heat to melt them both together over here on the stove. There we go, all lovely and melted together there. Now it's time for all the dry ingredients, starting with the self-raising flour. I don't typically use self-raising flour, it seems a bit redundant when I just have my own raising agents, but this needed using up, so I decided just to go for it. I did, however, add in a little extra baking powder just to ensure that they did rise, because that flour has been around for a little while. Adding in now the ginger, so much ginger in this recipe, like 3 teaspoons. You definitely taste the ginger with that amount. It was a little tricky to get out of the jar, it was a little bit stuck together, but we got there in the end, so it was all fine. And we are then going to go ahead and add in our sugar. I had a slight disaster here that I have edited for you, but too much sugar fell in and I had to fish it out. This is probably why you should put your ingredients into separate bowls, but never mind, it's absolutely fine. Next I need to add in some milk, and then we're going to go ahead and add in our other wet ingredients, the melted butter and the golden syrup. And we'll give that all a good mix. Oh, and an egg apparently. I forgot about the egg. Let's add in the egg first and then we will get back to the other ingredients. There we go. I was a little ahead of myself here on the narration. But yeah, adding those in. The batter for these cupcakes is very thin, very runny. As you'll see in a minute when I kind of tip the bowl towards you to see. But that is how it is meant to be, so that is absolutely fine. Next up is lining the muffin tin. I've specifically bought these very nice silver festive-esque liners for this purpose. I also give them a little thing of fry light. You can use any kind of spray oil. It just helps the batter to not stick to this particular type of cupcake liner. Or at least that's what I hoped, but spoiler alert, it did not quite go that well once they were baked, but we will get to that part. So just using ice cream scoop here to get equal amounts of batter into each of the cases. This was a recent purchase. I had just been using a standard spoon to do this for years, and then I saw someone using an ice cream scoop somewhere on some video and I thought, my goodness, why haven't I thought of that before? So I promptly went to Tesco, got one, and it's just been so easy, as you could see with the cranberry oatmeal cookies I did previously. So we popped those into the oven. I did change my trousers, you're not going mad, and here they are. Now, as you can see, some of them look a little well done around the edges, and some of them have gotten a little too big for the size of the tin, but it doesn't matter. We're going to go ahead and decorate them. Here is the frosting and the little mini gingerbread men I mentioned previously. I am no queen of decorating at all. There will be no super aesthetic piping of the buttercream here. I'm just doing my best. I don't really have any interest in learning how to do this properly. I just prefer to eat things rather than waste too much time decorating them. For me, this is as good as it's going to get, and that's absolutely fine. I'm not here to compete on Bake Off or anything like that. I'm just here to put the frosting on and to eat them and enjoy them. I have popped a gingerbread man on that one just so you can see how they look, but I do not put them on until we are ready to eat, or else they go soft. Now, here are 3 that did not go very well, but we are not going to waste them. Basically, they got a little stuck to the tin and kind of broke apart, but I'm going to make something different out of them because they'll taste fine. They're just not suitable to decorate in the same way as the other cakes. So I found these 2 nice glasses in our cupboard and decided they would be perfect for what I had in mind, which is basically a sort of trifle-esque dessert. So I am crumbling up the cupcakes, crumbling them up more than they already are. And I'm going to kind of work in layers for both these glasses. So I'll crumble up that kind of first cupcake there, kind of evenly between the two. And then I have some frosting left over from decorating, so I'm just going to put in a little bit of that. I'm not too worried about making it look pretty because, well, it really doesn't matter at this point. It's just for me and my husband to enjoy later. Gonna get a gingerbread man. I'm gonna smash him up a little bit, crumble him up rather, and put him in. As I said, it's kind of like a trifle with the different layers, but no jelly or jello, just the cake, the biscuits, and the leftover frosting. I'm just absolutely winging this. It's kind of getting everywhere in terms of crumbs, but you know what? It's meant to be fun. It's meant to be festive, and I don't really mind. At the end of the day, it's my kitchen and I'm going to be cleaning up anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So going in with one of the other cupcakes now, just to fill it up a little bit more. There is still some frosting left at this time, so I decided to add that in, as you'll see in a minute, and plenty of gingerbread men, so we'll add in a little bit more of those as well. Just adding the decorative gingerbread men to the top, and then realised I still had this one that was a bit loose and decided to add in yet another little layer of crumbles. And there we have it, two little trifle-esque desserts to use up the cupcakes that did not come out super great. And I'm just popping those in the fridge now, and we will enjoy those later. It is the 23rd of December, which means, of course, tomorrow is Christmas Eve. Then it is Christmas Day. It is so close now, and I am very, very excited. I am definitely still an adult who loves Christmas. I remember reading online about a lot of couples who are adult-only households, and they don't even like swap gifts or anything at Christmas. And they are of the belief that Christmas is just for children. And that just made me so sad. I was like, if you honestly don't want to exchange gifts, then that's just not what you want to do. You'd rather, I don't know, go somewhere or have an experience, donate the money to a charity, whatever, that's fine. But if you're not exchanging gifts purely because you think Christmas is for children, and adults shouldn't exchange gifts purely for that reason, that just made me really, really sad. And I just couldn't imagine waking up Christmas Day with my husband and there was nothing to unwrap. Like, we go extra. We have Christmas Eve boxes, which are typically designated for small children, but our reasoning, not that we need it, but our reasoning is, you know what, it is just the two of us, thus the gift giving is over quite quickly, so why not extend it and have some things on Christmas Eve. It was also inspired by an Icelandic tradition. I cannot pronounce it, but I will try and put the text on screen here for you, whereby Icelanders exchange books and chocolate for Christmas Eve, and they stay up all night reading these books, and then they go into Christmas Day. We don't stay up all night reading these books, but we do have a book and some sweets and other just small little gifts in our Christmas Eve box, and it's just fun. Like, Christmas is meant to be fun. I just think when people get older, they miss out on the magic, and if they don't have children of their own, they sometimes just end up thinking it's like a burden, or all they care about is New Year's Eve. I just to test that expression that Christmas is for kids, New Year's Eve is for adults. I hate New Year's Eve. Hate it, hate it, hate it. I can't stand it. It's not for me. Christmas, however, Christmas is magical and delightful, and I will always go out of my way to celebrate it as an adult. It just brings me joy. I also finished my second Christmas book of the season, which was Lunar Quartz The Christmas Card. This was actually her first Christmas book, which I didn't know until I got to the end, and there was kind of a little author note in there. And I can definitely tell a difference. This was in 2016, and compared to her most recent book that's come out, as with all of us, the more we write, the more we publish, our writing gets better. So I really enjoyed this one, but there was a lot going on in this one. There were a lot of characters, a lot of subplots. It got a little difficult at times to keep up with, but I still enjoyed it. It was a good read, but definitely interesting to see how much her style of her writing has evolved and improved over the years, which is of course fantastic and is the end goal for anyone doing writing, to have it improved book by book, story by story. So yeah, really enjoyed that. I do have some other kind of Christmassy books, but they're more contemporary rom-com style, and I'm just not feeling it. No, I don't fancy it. So I'm just going to be probably diving into some of my other cozy fantasy books I have waiting on my shelf, as opposed to anything more festive themed. Anyway, I'm filming this today because obviously tomorrow is Christmas Eve, and as much as I love filming for YouTube, from that day onward, I just want to be here and be present with my husband and just have a lovely day. Christmas Eve means that we'll be watching A Muppet Christmas Carol. That is a must-have film for us every single year. Do you have one of those films that you just have to watch every year at this time? Some people, it's things like Home Alone, which is also a great choice, or It's a Wonderful Life if they're looking for something more classic. But it's always A Muppet Christmas Carol because it's just the best version. Better than Dickens, perhaps? Or is that a little bit of a controversial take? But yeah, absolutely one of our favourite ones to watch. And we just relax the whole day. We've spent today busy preparing our main that we have for Christmas Day, so that is all out of the way. And all we have to do on Christmas Day is just bake it for 30 minutes. We have done all the hard effort at this point, so we can just relax and not spend all of our time in the kitchen as you typically have to do when you are roasting meat of any kind. Ours is just more, we get this done in advance, saves time on the actual day, thus we have more time just to relax and chill out and not be stressed out by cooking, because that is just no fun for anybody. So yeah, we will just be having a nice time relaxing for the next couple of days. We do go around and visit my dad because he lives very close by to us, and we have a little walk around there. But other than that, we just stay home, eat lots of food, and just watch whatever on the iPad. And we just, have a nice relaxing time. Christmas as adults is different. Obviously, if you have children, your day is likely to be more busy and chaotic, but probably in a good way. There is definitely something magical about kids and presents and everything like that, but I still think that Christmas as adults is pretty great as well. So I wanted just to come on here to end this Christmas vlog and to say that there will not be a new video up until probably the end of the first week of January. I just want some time to be here, be present, and enjoy this time before my husband goes back to work in the new year. And I also want to use some of this time to get a little bit ahead on videos as well, just so that if I need to take some time off in between filming, I can do that without losing momentum. So yeah, it will probably be about 2 weeks before I post again, just having some quiet time, because it's that time of year. It's important to me that I have a particular balance between what I'm doing here on YouTube or social media and my work in general, and obviously just having a personal life. So I hope that you have enjoyed Vlogmas. I've had a lot of fun filming all the different things to share with you, like Blenheim and baking and just general festivities. I hope no matter what you're celebrating, you have a wonderful festive season, and I will see you again in January 2026. But until then, please choose your next cozy adventure and keep the coziness going.